Then you have magic.
Pardon me because I just finished watching Wicked for the fourth time. For the fourth time, and it was so good. Every time that I see it again, I see new things. Anyways, this is not the subject of this video. The subject of this video is hair. It's something that I think about a lot, and I wish I didn't. I started watching a YouTuber called Mayowa, and she talks about a lot of subjects that touch Black people, Black communities, Black women, etc., including Black hair. For people that know me IRL, or you watch me live on Twitch, because I stream on Twitch multiple times a week, by the way, you should check that out. Then you kind of see what type of hairstyles that I typically go for. Lately, I've been wearing wigs a lot, which is fine. I love a wig. I love a good wig. And then sometimes when my hair is out, I tend to do like braid outs for like 3 days, and then I kind of wear the wig again. And sometimes I'll do braids, but not as much as I used to. What got me thinking about all these things this week is that I had a special feature from Page Feature on Twitch this week, and I was thinking about how should I style my hair. I've been kind of wearing the same wig lately, nothing wrong with that. And then occasionally doing a twist out or braid out, nothing wrong with that either. Or I kind of was reminded that I'm not as confident wearing my natural hair as I told myself that I was. At least like in my adult years, I can confidently say that I've been someone that has expressed feeling confident about her hair. And that's not something that someone can take away from me at this point in my life. It's not something that I've always been confident about because for all sorts of reasons, growing up in a culture that was influenced by white European beauty standards, and then growing up in a country, in an area that was predominantly white, I've always wanted hair that was, flowy with the wind and the ponytail swinging left and right. It's not something that my hair does, just because of the texture is different. And then when I was thinking of my front page feature, when you talk about front page, it means newer people seeing your channel. It means, strangers seeing your channel and things like that. I didn't feel as confident. All of a sudden, I didn't feel as confident about doing the stream with my natural hair without like stretching it, without doing a lot of manipulation for my hair to appear different, if that makes sense. And I always keep on telling myself it's not a big deal in the sense that nothing wrong with wearing a wig, nothing wrong with switching it up, nothing wrong with trying new colors, new lengths, new textures, new da-da-da. But then I guess the issue for me kind of came down to when I was like, okay, but is that the hairstyle that I should have for my front page feature? Which is bonkers even now that I'm saying that out loud. And I've been avoiding saying that because it's so embarrassing to me. I don't want to show that sort of lack of confidence, while also saying that as someone that has said that I love my hair and I feel very, very happy about my hair and things like that. So it's like I realized that there was a sort of contradiction. I didn't know how to process that. Even though I don't perceive other people like that, this is really just in relations to me, my own hair, and like my body and whatnot. I kind of internalize a lot of the social perception of Afro textured hair and certain things in terms of my own identities, Mind you, this is not the first time that I'm wearing my hair in its natural state on Twitch. This is not the first time at all whatsoever. For some reason, it kind of hit me more, especially after a long series of multiple weeks of wearing wigs and maybe potentially doing twist outs here and then. It kind of hit me a lot. And then I was just kind of thinking about, well, at least if I'm going to wear my hair natural, then at least I should do my makeup so that I appear maybe more feminine, or I kind of take away the focus from the hair to like the face. I don't know. I don't know what the sort of reasoning was. And then I just realized how much I've seen some of those YouTube videos of people talking about, you guys don't actually like your natural hair like that. And it's a very hard pill to swallow to think that I like my natural hair, but I think I don't like it as much as I thought I did. And I don't know how to feel about that. I have my natural hair out often enough that people would have seen me with my natural hair, I would say, versus like braids or wigs or whatever. And somehow, for some reason, I kind of lied to myself in a certain manner, and I didn't realize how much of the social stigmas and social expectations and social perception I'd internalized. When we talk about embracing our natural hair, loving our natural hair, a lot of times, especially when it comes to femme or like woman, black women, sorry, a lot of times, you know, we're gonna try to find ways to stretch our hair, give it more length, make it bigger, or like make it, you know, longer, because that's how we measure the length of hair. Even though my hair doesn't grow in this direction, it grows like this. But on one side, it's like, yes, I am embracing and I love it and blah, blah, blah. But then also, let me try to find a way to give it more length. Let me try to show people that my hair is not super short, it's just shrinkage. Let me show you, let me do the twist outs, let me do the braid outs, so that I can kind of like somehow show you that like me too also have hair, I also have a lot of hair, and also have long hair. Let me show you that like my curl pattern can be defined. Let me also do my makeup, that way I look more feminine. And then I just all of a sudden started having these sorts of insecurities that maybe I've had for a long time, that I just kind of internalized somehow, or I didn't really pay attention anymore, especially because of the type of wigs that I've been wearing for a while that were either like braids, so I didn't really think about my own hair like that, or the wigs were like just straight hair. Then I was thinking about my own femininity, or the perception that people would have of my femininity, because oftentimes when it comes to the perception of someone having longer hair is associated with like femininity. So then even though my hair might be long, because there's a lot of shrinkage, it's associated with more like a masculine presentation. These are all such weird sensations, because at the end of the day, the way that people perceive you should not matter, even though it does matter to a certain extent, because the way that people perceive you can influence the way that you can navigate in the world. Of course, what is most important is the way that you view yourself, that you perceive yourself at the end of the day. If you perceive yourself negatively, then, you know, that's just what it is. And also like noticing how the way that people interact with me or react to my hair is very different. If it's a braid out, if my hair is just presented like this, the types of compliments I receive, how often I receive compliments as well is so different, especially when it comes to compliments given by men versus women, because I just feel like on average, women tend to compliment people more and tend to like hype each other up a bit more when it comes to their looks, makeups, and things like that. And I've just been kind of overthinking about all of these things, because I don't want to live under the shackles of the white European beauty standards. But then also, I've been having a hard time, and it just hit me. And that's why I decided to make a video. I felt like I needed to express it, and then maybe, you know, talking about it and potentially people understanding where I was coming from maybe would do something or bring me something. I don't know. Hopefully people can kind of relate to that. Also, to give a bit of context as well for people that may not be as familiar with like black hair, when it comes to representation of Afro textured hair in media, in movies, in games, in whatever, especially when it comes to women, we tend to see them with not with hair that looks like mine. It's more with like loose curl patterns, with hair that doesn't defy gravity as much. Let's say that will fall more towards the ground. I realized that I noticed that. And I guess I just didn't really perceive or understand exactly how that made me feel. I guess I have to practice a certain like radical self-love, confidence, self-expression sort of thing, because when I'm thinking about it, I've known this and I keep on knowing this, and somehow I keep on forgetting. The moments that I feel the most myself is when my hair is like this. I also feel myself, my hair is, I'm wearing like this straight wig. I feel the most in sync with the person that I am when I'm wearing my hair natural, exactly like that. There is no doubt about that. And I'm just manifesting a year where I don't spend as much time trying to be obsessed with proving that I'm also as feminine as other people because my hair is as long or my hair is also long. I don't have anything to prove to anybody, even though I might feel like I am sometimes. I want to let go of always needing to like stretch, manipulate as a way to achieve something that is closer to somebody else's texture, trying to achieve something that is closer to, you know, like more popular beauty standards. I want to create that representation for myself, create a representation for people that look like me, that resonates with me, you know? Can we just talk about how it's tiring? Like, I have been tired. Oh, never leave your hair out. Oh, you have to like do a trim every week. Oh, you have to like deep condition and then you leave it overnight. And then also the other morning you need to add. I'm kind of tired of that sort of like constant chase for longer hair. I just realized that for me, it was more about the way that other people would perceive my hair and not the way that I would perceive it, you know? And I feel like the start of 2025 is a great time to realize that, because when I tell you these past few days, I've been a mess because I've been thinking about all of these things, overdoing certain products. I'm really not about that life anymore. Not that I really was into it, but I was so mindful of avoid doing that. You should do this. Avoid doing this. Add a little bit of that. And I don't want to do it anymore. One thing for certain is that the people that I want to have in my life, or the people that I want to see connect with me, should be able to connect with me regardless of what my hairstyle is. If you cannot accept me at my natural hair or bare face, whatever, how can you accept me with anything else? You cannot skip chapter 1. That's just not how it works. I enjoy making this video. Please consider subscribing if you enjoy, and check me out also on my other socials. Bye.